Yes, you can.
Yeah. Uh, Good afternoon, participants. Today's topic for the session is on-premise cloud using Virtualbox and VMware EXXi. I am Gavaskar S. I worked as assistant professor at St. Xavier's Catholic College of Engineering. I have 14 years of IT experience working across leading organizations in the industry. I am cloud consultant. I am delivery director at Multi-Cloud for You. And I am MEP at Alibaba Cloud. You can get more detail about me in the given LinkedIn profile. These are the certification which I got from Microsoft and Alibaba Cloud. So the agenda for today's session will be, first we are going to see what is virtualization and what are the different terms present in virtualization, that is virtual machine and hypervisor. We are going to see what are the different types of hypervisor present in virtualization. Then we are going to see how to download and how to install Virtualbox and VMware. Of course, the Virtualbox and VMware is a type 1, type 2 hypervisor. Now we are going to see, next we are going to see how to create a virtual machine in Virtualbox as well as VMware. Then we are going to see how to install a C compiler in virtual machine which is created and how to run a C program in a compiler which is installed. And then we are going to see how to transfer the file between different virtual machines created. And finally, we are going to see how to install VMware ESXi and how to create a virtual machine by using VMware ESXi. Finally, we are going to provide 2 takeaway for you that we will announce at that time. So first, moving to introduction to virtualization. So virtualization is a computer architecture technology by which multiple virtual machines are multiplexed in a same hardware machine. Okay, you can see in this example, a single hardware machine is there. We have installed more than one virtual machine. We have created more than one virtual machine in a single hardware machine. So the main purpose of virtualization is to enhance resource sharing by many users and to improve computer performance in terms of resource utilization. So now moving to different terms of virtualization. So sometimes we have to know in virtualization, the first term we have to know is a virtual machine. In short, we will tell as VM. It is also known as guest machine. It is a software simulation of hardware platform that provides a virtual operating environment for the guest operating system. Then we have to know what is hypervisor. It is also known as virtual machine monitor. In short, we will tell as VMM. So virtual machine monitor or hypervisor is used for creating a virtual machine in a physical machine. So but the main purpose of the hypervisor is it is used to the execution of the guest operating system on the virtual machine. Now I will explain this diagram. You see one virtual machine, one physical machine is there, it's hardware running with the host OS. One host OS is there in the physical machine. Now what I am going to do is I am going to install a hypervisor or virtual machine monitor. And by using that hypervisor, what I can do is I can create multiple virtual machines of different flavors. Okay, you see in this particular diagram, I have created two guest OSs. I have mentioned 2 guest OSs. One guest OS may be in different flavor. That is Windows OS will be there, and another guest OS it may be in different flavor. That is Ubuntu OS, or you can have Mandriva OS. Any OS you can install. Okay, so by using the hypervisor, we can create multiple virtual machines in a single physical machine. That you have to know here. So now moving to different types of hypervisor. So this is an important terms you got to know. In industry, we will not tell as virtual machine, or we will not use the word Virtualbox, or we will not use the word VMware. So we will use the word type 1 hypervisor and type 2 hypervisor. Okay. So type 1 hypervisor, the physical machine will be there, and directly we will install a type 1 hypervisor. We will install the type 1 hypervisor in the physical server, and we will install the virtual machine by using the type 1 hypervisor. Okay. Now you see in type 2 hypervisor, the physical machine will be there. Above that, you will install the OS. That is operating system you will install, and above that operating system you will install type 2 hypervisor. Okay, so this is regarding VirtualBox. Okay, VirtualBox we will install in operating system above the physical machine, and then by using this VirtualBox we will install the virtual machine. Okay, you understand? So the difference between type 1 hypervisor and type 2 hypervisor is, in type 2 hypervisor, in between guest OS will be there. The one OS will be there. Okay, but in case of type 1 hypervisor, there is no OS. There is no OS, that you have to know. Okay. So now we are going to see both type 1 hypervisor and type 2 hypervisor. Okay. Already I mentioned that in type 1 hypervisor, VMware ESXi is a type 1 hypervisor we are going to see. And type 2 hypervisor is we are going to see about VirtualBox and VMware workstation we are going to see. So we are going to learn both type 1 hypervisor and type 2 hypervisor. And one more thing you have to know here, type 1 hypervisor is also known as bare metal hypervisor or native hypervisor. Type 1 hypervisor is also known as bare metal hypervisor or native hypervisor. And type 2 hypervisor is also known as hosted hypervisor. So the key difference between type 1 and type 2 hypervisor is OS is present in type 2 hypervisor, whereas in type 1 hypervisor, there is no OS in type 1 hypervisor. So now we are moving to installation of VirtualBox and VMware. So again, you have to know here, both VirtualBox and VMware is a type 2 hypervisor we are going to install in a physical machine. So that what we can do is we can create multiple virtual machine in a single physical machine. So now I am going to the demo part. So now first I am going to explain how to download and install VirtualBox, and then I am going to explain how to download and install VMware workstation. So both falls on the category type 2 hypervisor. So both hypervisor we can install only in the OS. Okay, one physical machine should be there. Above the physical machine, you have to install the OS, and in that OS I am going to install this VirtualBox and VMware. Okay, so now so these are the steps you got to follow. So first you got to download the VirtualBox from this link. I have given a link, and then you got to install the VirtualBox. So first you got to download VirtualBox from this link. Okay, it is there. Windows host. Just you click that, so that exe file will be downloaded. It will take nearly 2 to 3 minutes for downloading. So I'll skip some steps. So now it is downloaded, and now it is downloaded VirtualBox. The version I have downloaded is 6.0. Now I hope that it may be increased. The version may be increased to 7. Now 6.0. So you have to click and install that. You have to click next. Again next. Again you have to check all the default options and find yes. There will not be any issue. Yes, you have to click yes and finally install. Now, VirtualBox is installed in my physical machine. So this is type 2 hypervisor. So now you see, you can see this is the VirtualBox. You can tell this is a dashboard of VirtualBox. Okay. Till now I didn't create a virtual machine. I will explain that later. So first we completed first step, that is installing VirtualBox is completed. Okay. Now we are going to see how to download and install VMware Workstation. It is another type 2 hypervisor. I hope that the screen is visible. Yes. Okay. Now in the Google you type VMware Workstation 12.0.0.2 download. Okay. Now you'll be taken to the download page. So in VMware you have to create account. If you want to download any software, you have to create an account. Okay. So VMware Workstation Pro 12.5.9 for Windows, you can download that. So you can choose the version. If you want lesser version, you can choose that. You click download. You will be taken to the page for providing username and password. That's the email and password you have to provide. Before downloading, you have to create account. So now click sign in. Okay. Now you have to download this. Download VMware Workstation. It is another type 2 hypervisor. I need to take 4 to 5 minutes. Now it is downloaded. Again, for VMware Workstation, we need license if you want to use, but free tier we can use for 30 days. Free tier you can use for 30 days. Registered or unregistered version you can use for 30 days. If you need to extend the days, you have to get the license. So this is VMware Workstation Pro 12. You have to accept the terms. Again, next. Yeah. Now the installation is completed. So we have installed two type 2 hypervisor, that is VirtualBox and VMware Workstation we have installed. Now the next step is what? We have to create a virtual machine by using Oracle VirtualBox and VMware Workstation.
Excuse me, sir. Your voice is not audible. Sir,
Yeah, now it is audible. Okay. Yeah. Now it is audible. Okay.
Yeah, it's audible now. Sometimes
Okay.
it goes on the
Okay.
VM, so it mutes that. Okay.
Yeah. Now see, I have installed DOS OS in the virtual machine which I created, and I have created some directory. Okay, I have created some directory, and I have displayed the directory. Okay, I have displayed the directory which I have created. Okay, so that's all of this demo. Okay, now we are going to see how to install Windows OS in Virtualbox. So now this is a so now for Windows OS, what you have to do is first you have to get the ISO file of Windows 7 OS. Okay, then you have to create a virtual machine as usual. You have to create a virtual machine. Then you have to select the ISO file. Okay, first you have to get the ISO file of Windows 7. It is nearly 2 to 3 GB. You have to download that from many websites are there. You have to download that first. Okay, then you have to install selected OS in the virtual machine, and then you have to run the Windows OS. So first you have to get the ISO file. Then you have to create the virtual machine. Then you have to select the ISO file, and you have to install the selected OS in the virtual machine, and you have to run the Windows OS. Okay. Now I am going to Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, now I am creating add. It's not add. New. You have to select new, and you have to give the operating system name you have to provide. So operating system name you have to provide. Okay, XSCC underscore Windows underscore 1. I am going to provide the name, and then the version it is Windows 7 64-bit. I am going to install 64-bit. Now you get here memory. No size of the memory. Now you see here the important thing you have to know here is if your system have 2 GB memory, so you cannot assign 2 GB memory for the virtual machine. If you are assigning 2 GB memory for the virtual machine, what will happen? Your physical machine will not work. Okay, so the memory planning is very important. Okay, if you have 6 GB memory, you can provide 2 GB here, and another machine you can provide 2 GB, and another 2 GB for your physical machine. Okay, so memory planning is very important. If you have 1 GB RAM in your machine, physical machine, you cannot provide 1 GB for the virtual machine, so that there is no memory for your physical machine to run. That is the important thing you have to know here. Okay, so here I have given us 2 GB. Okay, in my case, no 6 GB RAM is there, so I am giving 2 GB. Now create virtual hard disk now. Next, you can select the default option again. Next, now here also storage also same thing you have to follow here. Okay, if your machine have 100 GB storage, you cannot provide all 100 GB for the virtual machine, so that there is no storage for your physical machine. So memory planning and storage planning is very important. So now here in my case, I am using 32 GB. Okay, by default it's 32 GB. I am going to follow 32 GB. Yeah, now it is created. Now the virtual machine is created. Now you have to load the OS. Okay. So this is the configurations. All these are mentioned here. You can see that. Now you can start the machine. So I am going to start the virtual machine. Yeah, it is started. Now it will ask the ISO file. You have to input the ISO file now. Yeah, it will ask the ISO file. You have to import the ISO file. So in my case, it is I already downloaded Windows 7 ISO file is there. Now you have to start. You have to click start. Now it is the normal OS installation process. It will take nearly 25 to 30 minutes for installing the Windows OS. Okay, it is normal installation. Normally, how we install in the physical machine, same thing will happen in the virtual machine also. So now I'll skip some of the steps. Yeah, it is installing. Windows OS is installing. Now installation is in the final stage. Yeah, it is installed. Okay, and it is rebooting. Yeah, it is rebooting. So Windows is starting. So now you have to give the name, username. So I am giving xscc underscore Windows 1. Now if you want, you can type the password. I'm going with the default password. Okay, now it's loading. So now Windows 7 is loading. Okay. Yeah, it is completed. So if you want to install some files, you can install. Okay, for drivers you can install the device. Okay, I'm not going to install that. Okay, now it is ready. Now my OS is ready. Yeah, it is ready. So that's all of creating a virtual machine in Windows in VirtualBox and installing a guest OS. In this case, I have installed Windows 7 OS. Okay, it's very simple. First, you got to download and install VirtualBox. Then you have to create a virtual machine in VirtualBox first. While creating virtual machine, the memory planning and the storage planning is very, very important. Okay, you have to carefully you have to plan memory and the storage, and then you have to upload the ISO file. That's all. Your virtual machine will be created. Okay. Now we are going to see how to install Linux OS, Ubuntu OS in VMware workstation. Okay, it is another one type 2 hypervisor. Now we are going to see how to install Ubuntu in VMware hypervisor. I installed VMware. Already I installed VMware. You have to open the VMware. Okay, VMware Workstation Pro. Now click create new machine. Okay, create new virtual machine option is there. You got to click that. Then now you see here you have to provide the ISO file. Okay, already I have downloaded Ubuntu 15.0. Yeah, so already I have downloaded Ubuntu 15.10 ISO file. Okay, that you have to import. Browse. I have to go to that location where that particular ISO file is there. Yeah. Now next. Now you have to provide the name, full name for your Linux OS. Now you can provide username. You can provide the password. Yeah, virtual machine name you have to provide. So now you get the disk size. Okay. You have to provide the username, password. Then you have to provide the virtual machine name. You have to provide. So already this name is there. So you have to give different name. Yeah. Again, next you have to. Now you have to provide the disk size. Okay, and the memory. Now you have to click OK, so that your virtual machine will be loading. Okay. Now the Ubuntu machine will be loading in your virtual box. Now it will take nearly half an hour. Okay, nearly half an hour for installing the Ubuntu operating system in VMware workstation. Okay. Now it is installing. And now you have to provide the name. You have to provide the name for your OS and the username password as usual. You have to provide. Yeah, now it is installing, it's in process. And now it is installation is completed. Now again it is virtual machine is rebooting. Yeah, now it is asking the password. You have to provide the password for the Ubuntu operating system. Now our Ubuntu operating system is ready. Okay, I have done this by using VMware workstation. It's a type another type 2 hypervisor. Okay, so we have learned how to install guest OS, that is Windows 7 OS, DOS OS, and Ubuntu OS by using type 2 hypervisor, that is by using Virtualbox and VMware workstation. So now we are moving to so we completed creating virtual machine in both Virtualbox and VMware workstation. Now we are going to move to the another demo, that is installing a compiler, installing a C compiler and running a C program in virtual machine. Okay. Now you have to open the Oracle VirtualBox. Already I installed XSCC underscore Windows underscore 1. This is the OS which I installed already in the VirtualBox. Okay. Now you have to start that. I starting. Now Windows virtual machine is starting now. shared folder. Now you see the C compiler EXE file is present in my physical machine. Okay, so I get that file in my virtual machine. So in the device option, now you see in Oracle VirtualBox, device shared folder. You click shared folder, so you can share some files from your physical machine to the virtual machine. This is option for that. Okay, you click that shared folder setting. So now this is now you got to select the physical file location from your physical machine. Okay, so I'm going to share one folder from my physical machine. Okay, that is host machine. Okay, auto mount. I give the name. And giving us workshop files, and you have to click OK. Now click OK. Now the physical machine file is shared to your virtual machine. Okay, now you go to computer, you can find that. Yeah, you see in network location, you can find the file which I shared from the physical machine or host machine. Okay, so now you click that. Yeah, now you see Turbo C compiler. That exe file is present here. You see this is the Turbo C compiler file. I am going to set up that Turbo C compiler. Okay, I am going to install Turbo C compiler. If you want, you can install Borland C compiler also. In my case, I am going to install Turbo C compiler. So you have to copy that file and you have to paste it in your virtual machine. First, Turbo C compiler you can download from internet. Okay, you can download this file. Very lightweight. Okay, so now click setup. Either you can set up or you can go to the bin and you can run TC file. And now you have to type the program. It's normal installation. Okay, normal Turbo C or Borland C compiler installation. So in my case, initially some error is there in the program. Okay, some dependency error is there. So I will rectify that later. I hope everyone may be experiencing running in Turbo C compiler. Okay, so you can experience this. Now it is correct. Now first you have to compile the file. Compile. Yeah, there's I think. Yeah, now you have to compile. Yeah, now there is no error. Now you click run. Yeah, it is running. Welcome to Cloud Computing Laboratory. Okay, so very simple. So in the virtual machine, what you have to do is first you have to download any compiler, the Turbo C compiler or Borland compiler. You have to download and you have to install in the virtual machine. Okay, you have to install in the virtual machine and you can run the program. Okay, you can compile a C program and you can get the output of the C program. Okay, it's very simple. So first you have to install Virtualbox, then you have to install guest OS, then again you have to download and install compiler, any compiler you have to install, and you have to run your C program. That's all. Okay, very simple. So now we completed how to install a C compiler and how to run a C program in the installed C compiler. Okay. Now we are going to see how to transfer a file between the virtual machines. Okay. So what I am going to do is I have created two virtual machines. Okay. I have created two virtual machines. That is Windows. I have installed Windows OS in two virtual machines. Now I am going to transfer the file between these two virtual machines which I created. So first I am going to demonstrate in Windows, and then I am going to demonstrate in Ubuntu also. Okay. So we can see that. Now all the virtual machine. Now set a password.
We are losing your voice.
Set a password. What, sir? Hello. Yeah.
We lost your voice in middle. Now it's okay. Yeah.
Yes, okay. You have to start all the virtual machines. You have to start first. Then you have to set the password. Initially, when you are setting the OS, we will not give the password, administrator password. So we have to set administrator password for that. Okay. Then you have to note all the IP address of the virtual machines. Okay. I told that I am going to transfer the file between two virtual machines. So you have to note the IP address. Okay. By using ipconfig, you have command. You have to note all the IP address of two virtual machines. Then you have to create a file in all the operating system and share the file by selecting properties of the file. Okay, you have to share the file by using the properties of the file. That I will explain later when I am showing the demo. Then check the connection by typing ping IP address. Okay, this is a command ping. You have to use the command ping and you check the connection, and access the shared file by typing share dot / IP address in search option and by typing the administrator password. Okay, so these are the steps you have to follow. So now you have to open Virtualbox. So you see here, so I created two virtual machines. Okay, XSCC underscore Windows 1 is one virtual machine. XSCC underscore Windows 2 is another virtual machine. Okay, now I'm going to start two virtual machines. Yeah, this is the first virtual machine. Yeah, now you have to provide the password. Yeah, now first virtual machine is ready for you. So now you have to start the second virtual machine. Now the second virtual machine is also ready. Okay, that is XSCC underscore Windows underscore 2. Yeah, it is ready. So now So I am loading the Linux operating system which is present in VMware workstation also. Okay, but I am not going to use in this case. First, I am going to transfer the file between two virtual machines, that is Windows virtual machine. Later, I am going to explain how to transfer the file between cross operating system, that is Windows OS virtual machine and Ubuntu OS virtual machine. Again, it is loaded. Yeah. Now, the Ubuntu machine is also loaded. Okay. Now we go to first virtual machine, that is Windows virtual machine, that is XSCC underscore Windows underscore 1. Go to control panel. Let's change the password. Okay. Already it is done, no problem. Okay. If it is no, there is no administrator, no, you have to create administrator. Okay. In my case, you create already administrator is there, so no problem. So no administrator is there for both OS. Okay. You have to create file. Yeah. Now go to. Please see the name of the. Okay. Name of the OS. Okay. XSCC underscore Windows underscore 1. Okay. Now you have to get the IP address. Okay. You see the IP address, IP version 4 address 192.168.43.35. It is IP address of the machine 1. Okay. Windows underscore 1. I got the IP address. Okay. Please get. Okay. You have to get the IP address. Okay. So now go to second machine. Okay. Now you have to go to second machine, Windows underscore 2. The top you can see. So XSCC underscore Windows underscore 2. Okay. Go to command prompt. You have to get the IP address of this particular machine. Okay. Yeah, it is 192.168.43.251. So I got the IP address of both virtual machines. Yeah, now you go to virtual machine 1, Windows underscore 1. You create a file. Okay, you create a file, new folder. You will create a new folder. Okay, you give the name XSCC underscore. Now I'm going to create another folder. Okay, CSC. So now I'm going to create a folder or a file. I'm going to create a file, test file. Okay. You can create a folder, or I'm going to create, in this case, I'm going to create a test file. Now I'm going to write some content. I'm going to write some content. So this I am going to do in, I'm going to create this file in Windows underscore 1. Okay, you got to know that. Save. Now again. So this is over. So in first virtual machine, I have created one file, one folder, and one file. Okay, now I am going to second virtual machine. Okay, you see XSCC underscore Windows underscore 2. Okay, same way I am going to create another folder here. Okay, new folder. Yeah, under 2. I will give the name as 2. Now again another EC. I create another folder EC. It's not needed. Folder is not needed, so I deleted that. So I'm going to create another test document. Okay, EC. So I'm going to give some content. Okay, electronics and communications engineering. I'm giving some content in the file, test file which I created. Okay, so I saved that. Okay, now you see in both virtual machine 1, that is XCC Windows underscore 1 and XCC under Windows underscore 2, I have created folder and I have created file. Now I am going to transfer the file. You see what is going to happen. Yeah, it's done. And now you go to virtual machine 1, you go to in search, now you type in command, you can ping. First you can ping, okay. You ping the IP address of virtual machine 2, okay, dot 43.251. Okay, it is IP of virtual machine 2. Okay, Windows under okay, so it's working fine. So now you go to Windows 2, you open COM and by using 192.168.43.35. Okay, it is a IP address of the first machine. Okay, now it is ready. Okay, it is pinging. So there is no problem. There is no problem. Okay, network problem is not there. It is connected. So now we can start file transfer. Okay. Yeah, now go to okay. We type yeah, before that we have to do one thing. Okay, I forgot that. You have to share the file. Okay, I didn't done that. Okay, but you have to share the file. Before, no, if you're accessing the file, no, you have to share that file. Yeah, go to computer. Yeah, you open that file, XSC underscore 1, you share that. Properties, you go to properties, you go to sharing, share. Okay, you click share, no, Windows sharing. You're going to share files, okay. Everyone, read, write, edit, okay. Read and write option you got to enable and you got to share. Click share. Okay. Done. Close. Yeah. Now the same way, same thing you have to repeat in machine 2 also. Okay, virtual machine 2 also. You have to share that file. Okay, go to C, XSCC, properties, sharing, share, everyone. You have to choose everyone and you have to provide read write option you have to provide. Okay, you have to share the file. Done. Now click. Okay, click close. So now you go to search. No search. You type the IP address //1.68.3.251. This is IP address of second machine. Windows underscore 2. Now, okay. Now you see the file shared file is coming here. Okay, this is the file which is present in the machine 2. Okay, Windows underscore 2. Now you click this. Now you can, if you want, you can create another file. I am going to create another file here. Okay, my file. I'm giving the I'm going to create another file. I am going to type some content over here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to give some content. I'm going to provide some content. Okay. So, yeah, now I'm going to save this. So now you see what is happening. Now I'm going to machine 2. Okay, now I'm going to machine 2 and I'm going to check that whether the file is shared or not. Okay. Yeah, now go to machine 2. Yeah, machine 2. XSC underscore 2 is there. Okay, see my file is there. Okay, file is there. Okay, you see you are shared one file from there, from machine 1 to machine 2. Okay, you see, that's the thing. Okay, now same way, now what I am going to do is, I am going to virtual machine 2, okay, Windows _ 2, and I am typing the IP address of the machine Windows _ 1. Okay, that's 35. You see, I can get the file XSCC _ 1. Now same way, what I am going to do is, I am going to type another file here, another file. I am going to create another file. Yeah, triple. The file name is triple. Okay. Electronics engineering. I'm going to type some content. Yeah, now it is. I have to save this. Now I have to check whether this file is shared or not. Whether this file is created in Windows _ 1. Okay, Windows _ 1. I'm going there. Now you see. Yeah, that file. Yeah, that file. You go to XSC _ 1. You see, that file is created in virtual machine 1. Okay, Windows _ 1. That machine it is created. Okay, you understand? Good. So we completed file sharing between the virtual machine, that too by sharing between the Windows OS machine. Okay. Now in the next demo, we are going to see how to share the files between Windows virtual machine and Ubuntu virtual machine. Both we are going to see. Okay, you can see that. Yeah. Now. Yeah. Now we have to create one account in Windows. Log into Linux by providing username and password. Connect to Windows shared file by using SMB. So here the command is different. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, SMB / you have to provide the IP address. It's very simple. So now you see, go to control panel. You create a new account. Stuff. I have to create a password. So this is XSCC _ Windows _ 1. Okay, I'm creating a new account. Okay. We create. Okay, that's all. Okay. Now you go to Ubuntu operating system. Okay, Ubuntu. That is, I installed this in VMware workstation. Okay, VMware workstation. Now you connect. Present in the present media. Okay, the command is different. So please note this. Here you have to use this command. Okay, SMB the IP address of the particular Windows machine you have to provide. Okay, in this, the first machine, the IP address will end with 35. Okay, so now click connect so that you can see the shared is present here. Okay, CSC, this is one of the files shared there, and now 192.1 I told no, you have created account already. You created account stuff. Okay, now you see there's 2 files are coming here. Okay, CSC computer science. Now okay, very simple. Okay, so the command is different. SMB : you have to provide the IP address. That's the difference here. Okay, so that's all. Sharing the file in different virtual machines. Okay, so now so sharing the file between different virtual machine is completed. Now we are moving to another topic, that is what? Working with ESXi. Okay, Just I already explained, EXSI is a type 1 hypervisor. Okay, it's a type 1 hypervisor. So there is no OS, in between OS will not be present. Okay, directly we will install the EXI server in a machine, and we will create virtual machines by using it. Okay? So in between the virtual machine, physical machine, above the physical machine, there is no operating system. That you have to know here. In type 2 hypervisor, yeah, first you will in the physical machine, above that you will install OS, and in that OS what you will do? You will install the hypervisor. You will install what, Virtualbox or VMware workstation. Okay, clear? Okay, that's the thing we are going to do. How to create virtual machine by using EXSI server. We are going to see. So now I will share that. So now this is the equivalent to OpenStack. Okay, this is equivalent to OpenStack. You can create on-premise cloud by using VMware ESXi server or by using OpenStack. Yeah. Now, so first what you have to do is you have to download EXSI server. Okay, it is nearly 5 GB file. Yeah, you have to create a new virtual machine, and in VMware workstation you have to create a new virtual machine, and you have to download VMware Visor installer 6.5. Okay, this is a EXI file, EXI file, this is ISO file. This is one of the ISO file. This is nearly 4 to 5 GB file. You have to download this. Okay, from VMware workstation, VMware.com. You have to download this first. Yeah, you have to download this. You have to select that. That ISO file you have to select. Now again next. Now you have to give the virtual machine name over here. Okay, the virtual machine name you have to provide here. You have to click next. So this is the process for installing EXI hypervisor. Okay, EXSI hypervisor. Okay, now it is ready. Now click OK. Now it will take nearly half an hour for installing this ESXi server. Okay. So again, you see here ESXi hypervisor. I am not going to install an OS. Okay, you see directly I am going to install the physical machine. Okay, in type 2 hypervisor, what you have done is in physical machine, that Windows OS you will install Virtualbox or VMware workstation. Okay, you have to know the clear difference between type 1 hypervisor and type 2 hypervisor. Now I am dealing with type 1 hypervisor. Okay, now it is installing VMware ESXi 6.5.0. Okay, now again, so I'll skip some steps so it will take more time. Okay, yeah, now you see once installation is completed, is starting. So now, yeah, now default you have to set the root password. Okay, for this EXI server you have to set the root password. Yeah, you have to put the password. Now install. Yeah, now it will take 20 to 25 minutes for installing. Okay, so I will skip some steps. Yeah, now after installation is completed, you have to reboot that. Okay, reboot the server. Yeah, now it is ready. Now our hypervisor is ready. Type 1 hypervisor. VMware EXSI server is ready. Yeah, it is working. It's loading. Now you got to set on password for this. Okay, on static password you got to set. For that you got to do do one setting. You go to configuration and you have to do some setting. Yeah, now it is loading. And now it is ready. Okay. Now you see, now we go to, you have to provide the password. Root username is root by default. You have to provide the password. Now you see, you have to set the password. DHCP is enabled. Okay, so this you have to change 192.168.83.136. This you have to change as static IP. Okay, so you go to the settings. It's not visible. Okay, now you see configure management network. Configure management network. You have to go and you have to choose IP version 4 configuration. Okay, you have to set static IP v4 address. You have to set this. Okay, by default DHCP is configured. You have to change that. Okay, by going to the configuration settings, you have to change that. Okay, now it is ready. Now you can click escape. You have to press escape so that all the configuration settings will be saved. Okay, yeah, now it is ready. Now you see they changed. Okay, now they see the server IP address is changed 192.168.83.136. It is static. Okay, so now it is ready, completed. Okay, so installation of EXI server is completed. Okay, now what we are going to do is I am going to create a virtual machine in this ESX server which is created. Okay, so once again, please note this IP address. So this is IP address. Okay, 192.168.83.136. The static IP address. Now I will open the browser and I type this address, and through the browser I will create a virtual machine. Okay, through the browser I will create virtual machine in this ESX server. Okay, that is the step I am going to do next. Okay, so now yeah, now it is ready. So now what I have done is I have installed EXX server. Okay, I have installed type 2 hypervisor, that is EXX server I have installed, and I have set the configuration for that. That is what the IP address, that is static configuration I have done for that. So now what I am going to do is in that particular EXX server I am going to create a virtual machine. Okay, and I am going to install Windows 7 OS in that virtual machine. Okay, so now you see what is going to happen. Okay, now we open the browser. Okay, you open the browser. First you got to check whether it is running. Okay, it's running. Okay, now you get the IP address. I told no 192.168.83.136. This is the IP address of this particular server. Okay, now you go to browser. You open the browser. You type this IP address. You type this IP address 1http:// this IP address 192.168.83.136. Okay, 83.136. 136. Now it gets, yeah. Now you see advanced. You go to advanced. Accept, risk, and continue. Okay, now you see you will get a graphic GUI. Okay, GUI window you will get, GUI browser window you will get. Here you have to provide the root username and password. Okay, root username, password. Okay, Now this is a dashboard. You will be taken to the dashboard. Okay, it's a web UI. Okay, dashboard you will be taken. So now you see you can find all the virtual machines. How many virtual machine is created? How many? What is the storage, network? Everything you can find. Okay, you understand? In browser itself you can find. So you can create virtual machine from anywhere. Okay. Previously, if you are installing a VirtualBox in a particular system, you can create in that particular system alone. Okay. But you see in your organization, if a server is there, okay, if you install this ESXi in a server, so you can create a virtual machine from anywhere through the browser by using the IP address. Okay, that's the advantage of ESXi server. Okay, now you see VMware ESXi server. So now I am going to create a virtual machine. Okay. So now first in data store, you have to upload the ISO file. Okay, data store is there. You can give some directory name, Windows ISO file. Okay, create directory, and you have to upload. Okay, upload the ISO file. Okay, the Windows 7 ISO file you have to download, upload. That is there. At upload. So first you have to create a data store. Okay, already data store is there. You have to create one directory in data store, and you have to upload the ISO file. Okay, if you want to create a virtual machine, ISO file is needed. So you have to upload the ISO file. So now it will take some time. It will take nearly 10 to 15 minutes for upload. Since it's 3 GB file, it will take more time. So now it is completed. Yeah, now it is completed. Now you have to create a virtual machine. So now you have to create a virtual machine. Okay, you see virtual machines. You have to go to option virtual machines. Now create register machine. You have to click create register machine. Next, you have to give the virtual machine name. You have to give virtual machine name. So I'm giving some name over here. Yeah. Now you have to select EXI 5.5 virtual machine, and you have to select the family, OS family, Windows and Windows 7. I am going to install 64-bit. So you have to choose 64-bit. Okay. Again, next. Now data store. By default, some data store will be there. You have to select that. Now again, next. Okay. Now you see here you have to provide the configuration. Okay, memory, storage, hard disk storage you have to provide. Memory I have provided 2 GB. Okay. Now you go to CD, DVD, data ISO file. You have to upload the ISO file. No, that ISO file you have to select. Okay, this ISO file you have to provide. Okay, for installing the OS you have to provide the ISO file. That you have to provide in CD, DVD drive you have to provide. Okay, now click next. Now click finish. Okay, all the settings you can check and click finish, so that the Windows OS will be installed in the particular virtual machine. Okay, you see it's running. Yeah, it is. You can click this power on. Virtual machine is power on. Yeah, now you can see the installation. Okay, you see it is installing from the browser. Okay, web browser. You have to know that. Now it will take nearly 20 to 25 minutes for installing the Windows OS. You know that. The same. Okay, see it's installing. Yeah, now installation is completed. Yeah, now installation is completed, and your Windows OS will be restarted. Yeah, study. Now Windows OS is ready for you. Okay, you understand? Okay. Now if you want, you can shut down the OS also. Okay. So this is very simple. First you have to install VMware ESXi server in your physical machine or in VMware or in your workstation, in your VirtualBox, you got to install that. Then you have to get the IP address. You got to get the IP address, and the browser you got to type that IP address, and then you will be taken to the dashboard of VMware EXXi. Then you have to create a data store, and you have to upload the ISO file in the data store, and then you have to create a virtual machine, and you have to provide the ISO file which is uploaded. Okay, in CD DVD drive you have to provide that, and it is normally you have to install Windows OS. That's all. Okay. So that's all. So I hope we came to the end of our session. Okay, now the key takeaways. We can go for key takeaways. So we are going to provide two takeaways for you. First one is free level 1 certification we are going to provide for you. So you can log into your private dashboard. Okay, you can log into your private dashboard. That is, you go to www.fifthire.com. You can provide your username password so that you will be taken to the private dashboard. If already you have logged in previously, directly you will be taken to the dashboard. It will not ask username password for you. Okay, so first you see one option will be there, one free certificate to claim. You click that option so that it will ask your email, name and phone number. Again, if you click submit, it will take you to provide the secret code. In that you can provide this secret code 5QC00A. Okay, once again I will repeat the speaker code 5QC00A. You provide so that email will be sent for you, providing the link to download the certificate. So you can click that link and you can download the certificate. Okay. The second takeover is we are going to provide a free manual for you. Okay. So there's two free manual is there. You can download that. Okay. These are two key takeaways we are going to provide from fifthire.com. Okay. So this is a process for claiming the certificate. So log into fifthire.com, provide your username password. You'll be taken to the private dashboard. In that, you click claim one free certificate. Okay, and you click the speaker code so that your certificate will be downloaded. So that's all of the day. Thank you. If you have any query, you can ask now. Any queries in yeah, any queries? So we are going to wind up the session. Any queries? There is no query in the YouTube chat also, or you can go to our website, that is www.fifthire.com. You can find Telegram channel. You can send the queries in Telegram channel also. Facebook integration is also there, so you can send your chat messages or your queries in the chat also in fifthire.com. Okay. So shall we end up? Hello. 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 Hello, hello, hello. Hello. So there is no query. So that's all of the day. Thank you. If you can scan this link and you can find my profile. Thank you. Thank you.